How to train every day without overtraining. So I train every day, have done for such a long time, sometimes multiple workouts a day. I mix it up, do one big workout or sometimes do 3 or 5 little mini workouts a day. And people say, Cole, how do you train every day without getting sore over training? And it's basically because I've done it for such a long time, and also because the intensities I use. I have high function autism, which was basically, Asperger's back in the day. I think that's the new name for it. And also, I have fibre. I have to move, because of my fibromyalgia, I have to move around, and I move every day. I just have to do my exercises. If I feel like things are just too much, then I will have active recovery sessions instead of rest days, which is basically a very light intensity training session. And then sometimes I feel like better in myself and I'll push myself a bit harder. I don't do many high intensities. I'm getting older now, so I'm 44. So I do look after my body. I don't want to over exert myself. Obviously, I do high intensity, but just not so many. I keep it quite balanced. I do a lot of light, medium, and occasionally I push myself a little bit. And I try to cover all fundamentals as well. But if I feel sore, then obviously I'm going to start doing a couple of light sessions. Also, overtraining, it's a very quick tip actually. I've used it for so many years. Like when you wake up in the morning, whatever time you get up, I'm a night owl, so I'm never up in the morning. That's for sure. I always check my pulse, my heart rate, resting heart rate. So normally at the moment, I'm a 100 kilo guy, so my resting heart rate on average is probably about 50-55. So if I was overtraining and overdoing it, it's definitely not going to be like that. Even with good recoveries, if you're really pushing yourself, you will notice a slight change in your resting heart rate. That's for sure. It does depend on the person. If you're new to exercise, you want to keep it, it's all right going a bit near it or a little bit over. It's a good baseline to keep it roughly there. And I always find that the best workouts, especially generally, it depends what you're going to do with your life, but general fitness, even 50-70% intensity for your workout is brilliant. Active recovery sessions can be a hell of a lot lower than that. And if you want to really push the bar, you can go right up to a real high percentage. But it just depends, and that's how I train every day and do multiple workouts. I try and cover everything from, how can I put it? I do my stretching, I do a lot of cardio, I do a bit of sprinting, but I wouldn't go out, I go full out. I do a bit of boxing, mixed martial arts, I do a bit of circuit training, and I do weights, but nothing too heavy like I used to when I was younger, because I want to look after my body, So I cover all the fundamentals, and I cover everything every day. But if I notice, like I say, I'm feeling a bit sore, then obviously I'm going to cut that intensity to, it's better for overall health. And everyone's different, So, but it's about finding the balance. That is one way around it if you want to do it every day. Some people don't want to do that, that's fine. If you work out 2-3 times a week, that's fine. I just find it helps me, with my Asperger's, and I have a lot of energy sometimes, but then again, I feel pain as well, because I'm sensitive to pain, because I have fibromyalgia, but I think a lot of mine stems from my autism. So I find that exercise is brilliant, but like I say, if I overdo it, then I do. It's not good. It's not good for anyone if they overdo it. But that's when I start doing my active recovery sessions. So I keep myself moving. I don't just lay there and think I'm not doing it today. And also, I'm not just gonna. You have to battle a little bit, but it's about finding the balance, because we all have our own needs. We're all individuals. We all have our different goals in life, but that's how you can train every day. and monitoring, see how you feel in yourself. You've also got DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, which is a factor as well. And so that's how you can do it. So if you want to start off and think, I'd love to work out every day. I'm not used to working out. You don't have to go crazy at first every day, obviously. If you're new to exercise, you do a couple of weeks, get used to it. But I'm talking about if you would say more intermediate, even advanced, and you think, I'd love to do, even 5, 6, 7 times a week, just cut the intensities on certain days and have a high one here and there and a medium intensity, or just have a happy medium across the board and maybe have a couple of days off. It depends on everyone what they want to do. It's just how it works for me. I just like to move my body, even if it's very light intensity, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 4 times a week, a couple of mediums, the odd high intensity in there. That's just how I do things. So that is one way to go about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and speak soon. Bye.